All right, hey guys. This is Mr. Dotson. You can call me Coach Dotson. I'll be your new physical education and health teacher for the upcoming year. Really excited to get a chance to meet you guys. Really excited to do this video. First want to start off by saying, we'll be doing a video today. It'll probably be about 30 minutes or so. First we'll just kind of be breaking down what we'll be going over for the day, what we'll be going over for the next couple of weeks. That'll be the end of that video. The second part of the larger video will be actually doing the activity itself, so that way you guys can get a little break, get some water, start up the second video. And the third part of the video will be kind of a cool down, a recap of the day, and be good to go for you guys. All right. So first and foremost, guys, I know I was really excited to get a chance to meet you guys coming into the building when the school year starts. Unfortunately, you guys are doing school from home, which isn't the worst thing. Still get a chance to be around mom and dad and brother and sister for a little bit, but really excited that you guys are getting a chance to still have school, still do learning, and I got a pretty good lesson today for you guys as well. I know, going through just to give a kind of a summary of the year. We'll be doing some different exercises, different activities, playing some games, doing some sports and things of that nature. So, definitely want you guys to understand first and foremost, my job is to make sure that, you guys are having fun, that you guys are learning a lot as well. So don't get too frustrated if some of the things that we're doing, you can't do them right away. When I first started and I was at you guys' age, I wasn't able to do them as well. So don't worry too much about that. The biggest thing is that you guys are attempting to do them, that you guys are having fun while you're doing it. And each day you guys will continue to get better. We'll all get better together, so that we can have some fun this year, all right? Okay. Now, first thing is, just to talk about what we'll be doing really for the next couple of weeks. So for the next couple of weeks, obviously, since you guys are working from home, I know that you guys don't have a bunch of the cool things that we have in here. I'm actually at the school. You guys don't have all the equipment that we have here. So we'll try to do a lot of things pertaining to fitness. Okay, that way you guys don't need a lot of equipment. You can actually do a lot of these activities from home, and that way you guys can still have some fun, still learn some things while sitting at home. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is just overall fitness, okay? Now, bear with me. I have to make this video for everyone. So some of you guys, maybe the 4th, 5th graders, to all the way up to 8th grade, you guys may have heard this for the last couple of years, but it's always good information to learn, and you're learning it from someone new. And for the younger team, you guys will be learning this really for the first time. So what is fitness, right? Fitness has to do with just your overall health. And your overall well-being, okay? So when we're talking about fitness, we're not only talking about just the physical part, right? Just exercising, playing sports, making sure that you're working out, right? Not just pertaining to just physical fitness, but we're also talking about emotional and mental health as well. Making sure, obviously, that you have a long, stressed day, right? The first day of school, working from home, having school from home. It may stress you out a little bit, right? But we want to make sure that we are working on our overall fitness, and that pertains to our physical fitness, that pertains to our emotional, and also our mental health as well, okay? Now, why is fitness important, right? Fitness is important now more than ever, as we know that everything that's going on, it's important to make sure that we're staying healthy, right? If you're worried about your overall fitness, having a good overall fitness will help you so that you have energy throughout the day, right? We've all had those days where we wake up and we're tired, we don't really feel like going to school today, we don't really feel like doing the activities, right? When you're working on your overall fitness, it gives you the energy that you need to do those things, right? It also gives you the energy to handle all the crazy ups and downs in life, right? We all have chores that we have to do, we all have things, homework and things of that nature, right? Those things tend to tire us out. I know that they tire me out all the time as well when I have to do all those things. But when we're working on our overall health, what it does is it helps build that energy that we need in order to get through those things. All right. It also helps your overall physical health, right? When we say that, it strengthens your immune system so that it helps you fight against diseases like heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and things of that nature. If you are in very good physical health, it gives you a higher chance to fight those types of diseases, so that your health is good for the length of your life, right? And last and not least, it gives you a chance for those that like to look really fit, right? We like to have, muscles, the six pack, and things of that nature, right? So when you're worried about your overall fitness, those are the things that we're talking about. And for the next couple of weeks, we'll really get a chance to focus on those for you guys, so that you guys are getting prepared throughout the year as we start to jump into the games and the sports, and things of that nature, okay? So, the first thing, pertaining to the physical fitness aspect, whenever you're getting ready to start an activity, I know some of you guys play sports. Some of you guys are doing activities such as yoga, gymnastics, things of that nature, right? You want to make sure that you're giving yourself a good stretch, right? Now, what is stretching, right? Why is stretching important, right? So, stretching is just making sure that the body, that your joints and your limbs and your muscles are loose enough for the activity that you're about to begin, right? So if you're getting a chance and you're about to do any activity that involves movement, that involves running, you want to make sure that your muscles are warmed up. You want to make sure that they're loose enough for that activity. So that way you can give yourself the best chance to prevent any injuries or anything of that nature, right? Now, when it comes to stretching, there are typically two types of stretching, right? Now, for those that will be taking the quiz at the end of the week, really want you to pay attention to these two things, right? So the first form of stretching is called dynamic stretching, right? Now, with dynamic stretching, what it is a series of active movements that involve your joints and your muscles, going through a full range of motion, right? So, Coach Dotson, what does that mean? That's crazy talk, right? So, what that means is that you're doing a series of stretches that is helping the body get warmed up so that you can be most prepared and your body can be most prepared for whatever activity that you're going to do, right? So if you're doing a dynamic stretch, you're stretching out the muscles that are needed to go shoot a basketball, right? To go throw a football, to go hit a volleyball, right? So you want to make sure that you're warming those muscles up as much as possible, and you want to make sure that the movements that you're doing in those stretches have to do with whatever activity that you're going to be doing for that day. So if you're going to be playing soccer, you probably want to do a lot of dynamic stretches that have to do with the lower part of the body. That way you can get your legs warmed up, you can get them loose, so that you can get ready for that activity, right? Now you typically want to do dynamic stretches first and foremost whenever you're doing sports or any activities, as I said before, such as volleyball, gymnastics, if you guys are doing basketball, baseball, whatever the sport may be, right? Now, for the older team, seventh graders, eighth graders are getting ready to go to the high school for the very next year. You guys may be getting into weightlifting, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing dynamic stretches to make sure that those muscles are loose and they're ready to go for whatever exercise that you're going to do. And lastly is you want to make sure that you're doing dynamic stretches whenever you're doing exercises. Exercises such as just running for a jog, getting a chance to do some push-ups, get a chance to do jumping jacks, right? You want to make sure that you're doing your best to get your body ready for that. That way you can make sure that you get the most out of your body, and two, that you prevent any injuries that you'll have coming up, right? Second form of stretching, so remember this will be on the quiz as well. The second form of stretching is called static stretching, right? Now, most of you may be a little more comfortable with doing the static stretching because this is the typical stretching that most people are used to. And static stretching has to do with whether you're standing, you're sitting, or you're lying down on the ground. and you're stretching for an extended period of time, typically anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute, and you're getting a chance to stretch out those limbs, right? You're standing still, it's not a lot of movement, and you're stretching the body out, okay? Now, typically you're doing static stretching, whenever you're getting done with an activity. So you just got done, playing a football game, you just got done playing a sport, and now you're getting a chance to lay down, stretch those muscles out. And what it does is, first and foremost, it improves your flexibility, right? So it improves how flexible that your body is so that you can stretch those limbs out and you can get the most out of your body. The second thing that it's improving your muscle recovery, right? When you get a chance to do all those physical activities, if you're doing any push-ups, lifting, and things of those nature, your muscles are growing. Now you want to make sure that you stretch it out after that to make sure that those muscles don't tighten up or that you won't injure yourself, just in case you're doing something that's a little more strenuous, okay? And lastly, it just helps relieve stress. Have any of you guys ever woke up in the morning, you step up out of the bed, and you stretch all the way out, you get a chance to get that yarn in, you feel much better. That's what stretching does, right? It helps stretch out those muscles, which relieves some stress for you guys, which helps out in the long term, okay? So you definitely want to make sure that typically before you do a workout, you do dynamic stretching because it's helping get those muscles warmed up. You get a chance to do whatever the activity is, whether it be sports, whether it just be general exercising, getting out for a jog. Once you get done with that activity, you make sure that you set some time to do static stretching. So you get a chance to sit down, stretch those muscles back out when you get a chance to finish your workout, all right? All right, so this will be the first part of the video for today. So for the second part, I want you guys to get a chance to go grab a water. I have a water here. Go a chance to grab a water, get yourself in an open space, and then we'll go through a series of dynamic stretches. So I'll get a chance to show you guys what dynamic stretches look like. I'll show you a number of different dynamic stretches that you guys can do, and hopefully, we get a chance to stretch out and have some fun here. All right.